In today's video, I'm going to show you how I get all of my video game lots. That's right guys, I know a lot of you guys have asked me in the past about how I get my video game lots and how I source them, what are sort of my tricks in terms of finding good deals. When I started selling video games, I guess 4 or 5 years ago now, the lots were way less competitive. I could pick them up for basically almost every time about $1, $1.50 a piece. That's basically unheard of these days, although I'm still able to do it in most cases. I know a lot of people out there probably can't. But nowadays, realistically, the cheapest lots you're going to find out there are like $3.50, $4 a game. But in today's video, I'm going to show you how I'm still able to find lots that sell for, maybe under $2, usually over, but right around that $2 a game mark, which is right where you want to be if you're starting your video game store. This is a lot of the secrets that I use. There's going to be a lot of tips I'm revealing in this video that will probably make the market more competitive against myself, but I'm willing to do that for you guys, and you guys can have a little bit of luck finding some lots on eBay. I've purchased thousands and thousands of dollars worth of lots on eBay. I have some experience doing this. I'm going to show you why you might not necessarily want to do auctions. I'm going to show you, some tricks to find certain lots that won't be seen by everybody else. There's a lot to cover in this video, so why don't we get right into it. Let's hop into my computer and let's hop onto eBay and let's see if we can find ourselves some lots. Okay guys, so hopping in my computer now, I've just put up a generic search for video game lot, and we're going to start off here and take a look at what we're seeing. So right off the bat here guys, I've just signed into a guest account, so I have nothing sort of influenced by what I've seen in the past. I also just put in a random postal address, so we'll see here what we get. But anyway, so like right off the bat, we've got this PlayStation 2 lot. We could click on this if we want. This is a great example of, the stuff that kind of comes up all the time that probably isn't worth your time to deal with. We can see looking at the pictures here, we've got a lot of sports games at the bottom. There's some okay stuff here. We've got Devil May Cry disc at the top. But just roughly by looking at it, TMNT I think is like a $7, $8 game. There's nothing really here. Need for Speed Carbon might be worth a bit, but there's nothing really here worth too much money. If somebody came up to me right now and asked me to pay $40 for this bundle, I honestly probably would, because I feel like, you could make your money back on it. We've got almost 40 games here. I think that's 18 and 17. So for the money there, we're just right around $1 a piece right now. However, what you're not seeing is that this is an auction and this price will probably go up by the time it ends. Anyway, another good example here, and I'm not going to go into all of these, but here's an Xbox game lot, 20 games, $24.99 plus $23. We're over $2 a game there. And they're not very good looking games, so I'd probably pass on that right off the bat, even though this is a buy it now. You gotta watch out for these. There's a lot of listings that will show a whole bunch of games, but you're either just buying one of them, it's like a you choose thing, or you're buying only a certain number of them. So watch out for those, because somebody might look at this and say it's a great deal for all those, but without reading closely at the title, it's a lot of only 10. Anyway, this is what most people do when they come on eBay. They look up video game lot, they scroll through the first couple, and then they go, well, there's nothing really here to make any money on, and they click off eBay and they go, that's not a great way to source. This is the last way that I would source for a lot, guys, is just to go in video game lot. Sometimes it's fun just to click it and go to best match and see what the heck pops up. But if it's best match for me, it's probably best match for a whole bunch of other people as well, and we're not looking to buy those. So what are we going to do moving forward here? Well, the first thing that I like to always check, you never know, this is always worth a shot here, is I go time ending soonest, and then I go over to auctions, and now I can see the video game lot auctions that are ending right now. I'll usually give it a quick scroll through. There's not usually a whole lot here. Again, we're still in a very generic search, but we're going to narrow that down here in a second. Here we see 25 video games. They're PS3 and PS2 stuff. We're already way over my $2 piece thing. You could pay maybe $3 with an hour left. It's not gonna be really worth it. Vintage video game lot, 600 of them for $98. No thank you. Got 92 professionally resurfaced. I guess it's nice because they're probably all working, but still at $228. Is kind of within the range, but that's also from the States, so we're going to be having some import charges on that. Another one here with some all white titles, so I'm assuming they're all either Disney Infinity or Sports. Not some great stuff right off the bat here. This one, bulk games, again, you want to stay away from these. I'll click on this one because it's a great example of a lot that people might like, but look at this. Look at all the NHLs there. Sure, there's a couple good games in the corners, but that's not a lot of 98 games. This is really a lot of maybe 30 games that you're actually gonna be able to sell, and then the rest of them are all gonna have to be resold. You're gonna be ending up doing something like this very soon. All right, so that's another great example of maybe something that you could do just for fun, but not a great way to source your games. Next thing that I like to do is add the word huge to my search. This is a fun thing because now it brings up, lots that have the word huge in them. Not all of them do, but it's just another great keyword to search with. Now we're seeing some stuff that might be almost worth it. 70 games here. For 68 plus 103, not sure what the games are there, but looks like there might be a couple accessories included. Could be worth it. Here's 87, 360 games. Looks like it's going to be a little bit better than the ones we looked at before. We didn't see this one already, did we? I don't think so, but that's right around where we want to be paying. Yeah, you're going to see a lot less lots here. This one is ending a lot later. We're already 2 days out now. 50 games, that's already out of our budget. Here's another thing that you could follow in the auction side of things, 34 games for $31. But again, not a big fan of following auctions anymore. So there's a look at the huge lots you're gonna find in auctions. So now you've seen that I've sort of haven't shown you guys any ways to find video games so far, and that's because we haven't gone to my favorite method. This one works, don't get me wrong, and if we go to all listings here even, and we just go over to best match, we're gonna see there's actually quite a few options here as well. I mean, there was that one that we saw. Is this a buy it now actually? Let's see here. No, it's an auction, of course. Anyway, we're seeing some stuff here. We're seeing 50 games here for 125. All right, so we're seeing an oversaturated market here. We're seeing lots and lots of games, but they're all overpriced. The auctions are being sniped out at the last second from you for, over $3 a piece. So what's my favorite way to find a game, or a game lot, I should say? So my favorite thing to do here is with whatever keyword you want, and you can try 15 of them. You could try wholesale video game lots, as it says here. You could try different console lots, whatever it might be, but go over to the buy it now section and then hit right here, and you're gonna go over to the time newly listed. Oftentimes these listings in this section of eBay haven't had time to rank yet because they're relatively new. Sellers or other buyers out there on the platform haven't had a chance to see them yet. You can go and check out my business partner's channels down below, but this is something that he spends a lot of time doing and sitting there on his computer all day refreshing buy now lots that are newly listed. This is absolutely a fantastic way to get some good deals on games. Not sure what's going on here. $4 each. Yeah, they're gonna just send you one. Let's see, right off the bat here, are we seeing anything that we would buy? I'm not seeing anything, but that's the whole thing here, is that unlike auctions that are always ending and more people see them as they get closer to the end date, this one, all you got to do to beat everybody else is just be the first one to see it. Now, the unfortunate thing about this is that there's no time to price chart. There really isn't. You can't go and, look up the value of each game and know what you're going to make on the lot. You really have to know what you're looking for. But here's a great example of a lot that might not be the best one in the world, but you could probably make some money on it. When I finally find something that looks like it might be worth something, the first thing that I check is the average price per game, which is what I'm doing right now. We got $287, plus we got about $45 in shipping, and then we got another 40 US, so call it $60, $392, call it $400 for this lot. I do 400 divided by 74, that's about $5.40 a game. Obviously way over my budget. I might give a quick look to the games here and be like, these definitely are not worth $5, and I would just move right on. Anyway, we see up here at the top, PS4 LEGO Dimensions. Let's see if we refresh right now, are we gonna get anything new? No, we're not, but if we just do this in the video game lot section instead of huge, we're gonna see stuff here literally popping up all the time. And this is, again, just a great way to spend your time. If you're really looking to find lots, it takes time. It's not an easy thing to do, but you can just sit here basically all day and just continually refresh. As we see here we go, we just got an N64 5-game lot. You never know what these things are that might pop up here. And it's a very exciting kind of way to source out inventory. Here's a new lot that just came up. We've got a bunch of NCAA games, nothing worth any money, but still not too bad. There are a lot of people doing this. There is still gonna be competition. Do not hesitate to buy the lot. That's kind of my number one advice for this, is that people will just buy them up like that. Like when I see a lot that pops up here and I'm like, 100 games, $200, purchase, done. Buy it now, it's gone. So I take things off the market here within seconds of them being listed if I find things, which is something to note because it definitely can be a very competitive space. Okay, next up, guys, if you're in Canada and you're trying to buy things on eBay, let's head over now to a whole nother website. That website is known as ebay.com. And sometimes, for whatever reason, these listings don't pop up on the eBay CA website. Now you'll see here that we still have a Canadian postal code put in, but this time we're seeing some different results for our searches, which is cool. I mean, there's plenty of different sellers from the US that often don't turn on international shipping. So we're not seeing them on our other platforms. Here we go, we see PlayStation 2 lot. Now, mind you, this is American, but if you're in the US, you're probably gonna have a better chance of buying this kind of stuff. But I mean, still, we're at 30, we're at, 49, we're at $50 for 20 games, $3 a game, not a good deal there for those titles. NES slot, I don't know, it gives you the console, might be worth your time. But a lot of these sellers do not ship to Canada. And so again, one of my favorite techniques here would be to actually reach out to the sellers with the lots here and give them a message and say, hey, would you be able to ship this thing to Canada? Get a quote on that, and then actually be able to purchase something from the States that was not even available on the Canadian market. Because there's so much more inventory and there's just way more stuff available, it's actually fairly straightforward to do. And I don't know, it's a lot easier to find lots down here. Here we go, we're back into the video game lot, huge section for newly listed games. We've got copies of The Fisherman. I would not buy that. So far, I haven't seen anything right here that I would like to pick up. But again, it's a matter of just spending a lot of time. You're not going to find things right off the bat, but if you spend enough time on here, you will find some good lots. I mean, here, 45 games for $85. I'm sure we have some shipping on that, but in terms of US dollar, we're about $2 a piece. They don't look too good, so again, I'd probably pass on it. That's another great way, though, guys. So again, between the two platforms, going from ebay.com and ebay.ca, searching different keywords in the titles, and then actually going through and looking at the newly listed buy nows and the ending soonest auctions. You can also follow auctions for weeks, but again, I find they become super oversaturated and purchased out, but that's probably gonna be your best shot in terms of finding video game lots on eBay. I hope that sort of brought some value to you guys in terms of like I see exactly what you guys see. When you guys look and there's no lots there, it's like I see no lots there as well. I just spend a little bit more time waiting and refreshing and looking at different sort of search terms to find them. You gotta do some digging. Again, this is very much not an easy thing to do. We saw here I've spent maybe, I don't know, maybe only 5 or 10 minutes going through these, but we still didn't see anything really close to worth any value. Definitely nothing worth picking up so far. Here's another one here actually just popped up. Atari 2600 games, 65 of them for $75. 25 bucks shipping. They will ship to Canada via GSP. I mean, hey, this is not a bad deal. I know Atari games aren't worth a whole bunch, but with the price there, I think we may have just found a lot to be worth it. They're not tested. I don't have an Atari and I don't feel like buying this and testing them. You can see here, they don't go for a whole lot. I don't know enough about them to purchase them, but that's a great example of a lot that might pop up that you could find. Now, really quickly, just for the heck of it, I want to show you guys, I'm back on ebay.ca now. I want to show you guys how this works really quickly. If we head over here to completed listings and sold items, I know I'm kind of all over the place in today's video, but hopefully you're still able to follow this. This is a good look at what's sold in the last day or so in terms of video game lots that sold right off the bat when they were listed. I mean, again, we're in the buy it now section. We're in the most recently sold or ended recently. And here's all the buy nows that people are picking up that we are missing out on ultimately. I mean, here's 16 games for $39 plus some shipping. This is just proof though that things do pop up. So if we keep going here, a lot of these are going to be worth money. And I'm not seeing too much on this side of things, but I think if we head back into, let's head back into the video game lot huge search. If I scroll in here, 62 for $191. I mean, it's not horrible, but it is a deal. I'm not sure what games were included there, which may have made it worth it. They all have cases with manuals. 87 PS1 games for $217. I mean, that's not amazing, but again, we're starting to see at least some of the deals that people are getting. 40 games for $129. They're all PS1, supposedly. Oh, they're demo discs. Don't worry about that one then. Okay, guys, here's the holy grail. This is what I'm talking about. This is the kind of thing that I will come across sometimes, which are just insane. This is what you need to keep your eyes out for, and this is why I'm telling you that the search term works. We finally found something that's amazing. So 350 games, somebody picked them up for $254. They picked them up for basically right around $1 a piece. And look at this. I mean, at this point, yeah, it's not amazing stuff, but it doesn't matter what you're getting at $1 a piece. This is going to be a huge flip for whoever bought this. Over 350 games. Took them 350 bucks. I mean, if you're super resourceful trying to get into selling video games and you can buy this many games for your 350 bucks, I mean, they're probably looking at well over $1,000 in profit on this lot. Anyway, that's just an example, guys, of a completed listing that somebody did pick up, probably sniped it off a newly listed buy now, and this is the kind of stuff that you want to keep your eyes out for. Anyway, guys, there you have it. I'm going to kind of wrap it up there. I know I was a little bit all over the place there, kind of going through things, but I think if you follow along and took sort of the key things out of that video, which would be newly listed buy it nows, ending soonest auctions, looking between ebay.com, ebay.ca, change up your searches, maybe watching some auctions. I think if you do a combination of all those things, you're bound to find some lots, definitely within a week, but maybe even within a day. Again, like I said, it's not easy, but I am proof that I have purchased, probably over 50, 60 lots from eBay in the last couple of years, and I've gotten them all for a really good price, so it's definitely still possible. And this is just the eBay side of things. I mean, there's still always, your local options, Facebook Marketplace, Kijiji. I could maybe even make a whole separate video going through that, maybe where I go and actually purchase some things from there. And of course, you've got, local people like your friends and your family of extra games. I mean, there's ways to get games if you want to get into this. But with that said, I am going to end today's video here. Again, hopefully you guys found some value in it. I had some fun making it and looking at some of those lots. That one there that we saw at the end, the 350 games for basically $1 a piece. I mean, that is a huge score. I would have bought that for, 600 bucks. Even if your average sell price is like $5 a piece on that, we're almost into the $2,000 mark. It's insane. But yeah, I'm going to wrap things up there, guys. Again, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to go down below, leave a like on it, leave a comment, let me know maybe if you guys have found some lots or what your techniques are or tips to actually search for lots on eBay. With that, I'm going to end today's video there. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will see you guys all in the next video.